Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Tool Show with me, Master Dan, the Journeyman shooter. And we're going to be doing one of our little coffee time segments, and it's kind of a half rainy, half not rainy day, so you're going to get a little bit of the best of both worlds here, and that's what I figured I'd talk to you guys about. It's just a coffee segment, and I have one of our... I have a delicious coconut mocha today, and it's really good. Oh no, today's not a coconut mocha, it's a German chocolate cream cake. And now what I was going to talk about with Germany is my brother, I remember one time he said German is the international language of business, and I remember we looked into it and it wasn't. I think English is still the international language of business, and number 2 on the list is Mandarin Chinese, and we're already conversing in English, so why not try a little bit of Mandarin Chinese here? And I just don't want to let my camera get destroyed in the rain here because it's starting to try to rain as I'm doing this, so I'll do a little bit of a thing. But ni hao means hello, so ni hao. So that's your hello. And then German, I guess we worked with a lot of Germans, and it was tough kind of trying to speak English with them, and the only way really to do it was to ask them if they spoke English. So one of the words that you kind of had to learn in German was sprechen Sie English, because sprechen means speak, and then the English means the English. So do you speak the English? Sprechen Sie English? So that's your lesson for today. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't where I was hoping to go with this. What I really wanted to do with this one is, as you can see, it's got that rain over there, and it's kind of a little bit half and half today. I got a little bit of a rain on the lens there, so hopefully it's not too weird of a shot. But what I figured I'd kind of talk to you guys about is saving. Now, in construction, a lot of the time they don't give you that kind of lesson in life, is how to save and how to properly, budget your money. So one thing you want to do is when you actually finally get that good construction job and you're working hard and you got an actual income, what you want to do is start trying to save for a rainy day. Because as you can see behind us there's a rainy day, and it happens all the time. Like, you never know what you're going to expect or get. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get either. Because I remember I broke my leg. I thought everything was going amazing. I had everything set up. My condo was all ready, and my truck payments were going well. And then I broke my leg, and I really didn't have the rainy day fund that you needed there. And that was one of the big things, is that you have to save for a rainy day. And especially in construction, you live so hard and you work so hard, and you figure, well, I earned this, so I should be spending it, or I should actually waste all that money that you just made, basically, and that's not cool. So you want to make sure you're saving up that money that you make and then use it for a rainy day. So what should you save? Oops, sorry, my tripod is semi-broken here, so I'm half holding it as we're going here. But what should you save up for a rainy day? Now, a lot of people say that you should have a set amount that you're going to be saving up, like what's a good amount? Like 10% off every check. So while you're making that really amazing check, you want to set up 10% and have 10% go into a savings account. And you could do 20%, 25%, depending on how well you're doing right now, I guess. And that's the biggest part of it, is you want to make sure that you save accordingly, because you don't want to be in debt. But you also want to have that rainy day fund, so that when that rain does come along here, then you're going to be able to do well, and you're going to be able to thrive, instead of sitting around wasting and hoping that something happens, because it's tough to hope for stuff, and sometimes you just have to have a positive attitude. But you can't hope. A positive attitude will only get you so far, especially if you don't have any kind of savings. You're going to be in for some trouble. So that was kind of what I was hoping for today, because I know my mom, she was my bank manager for all those years, and as a tradesperson, we didn't really know the most about saving and all that kind of stuff. And my dad was a tradesperson, but my mom was our bank manager, and my dad liked to spend that hard-earned money that he had, and my mom always talked about saving it. And same with me, when I worked really hard in the oil patch, it was really hard, and you figured, well, I earned this money, so why not go on a nice vacation, or why not do something exciting, because you only live once. And turns out you do live once, but you actually live for a long time sometimes, and you need that money. Instead of going on a nice vacation or wasting it on some kind of toy that you don't need, you should save it up and invest it in something that's going to make you money later on, something that's actually going to help you, because investments are very important. We kind of talked about that in one of the other segments that we were doing there. But when you invest that money and you actually put it into something that's going to make you more in the future, then that's what the goal is. You want to make sure you're trying to build up that empire you're working towards. You don't don't want to let that money that you work so hard for just kind of go to interest or go towards, I don't know, something crazy that you're not going to do, especially with credit cards and all the other junk, because it's really easy to build up debt, especially when you hurt yourself or if something's going wrong or you lose your job real quick. And that's a big part about it too, is with unemployment, it doesn't cover what you need basically, especially if you've got a lot of debt or you've got a lot of just needs. Like if you have a family, it's not going to cover what you need to, and that's why you want to make sure that you're really saving and really planning for a lot of this stuff. And that's good coffee though. I'm not really affiliated with them, but it's still amazing. I like the German chocolate cake one, and it's holy cow, this darn tripod is on its last leg, so I really need to figure that out. But yeah, so I guess that's one thing. If you guys want to subscribe, you guys can subscribe to the channel and all that, because we really need to start picking up some subscribers so we can get more sponsorship and get a better, I don't know, a better tripod, all the other stuff, and that helps with my funding, which is part of, I don't know, I never really learned about that stuff, especially being a tradesman. You're just kind of learning as you go here, so I'm lucky I have people around me like my mom, who's a bank manager, and all the other people, because I remember we talked about it in one, is it's what you don't always get what you want, you get what you need sometimes. And especially if the bank's telling you not to go out and buy that new, I don't know, dirt bike or that new car, then don't do it. It's just part of what it is. You need to start saving up for that kind of stuff, and you got to have a plan. You can't just wander aimlessly through life and hope that your tripod's going to always hold up. You just got to keep working towards a better tripod and hopefully a better world, and that's what the goal is. So you're not always going to get it, and especially it takes years to kind of build up that credit and all the other stuff that goes with it. And it's just like building respect in the trades, and you have to kind of keep working hard, and it's going to all happen, but it just takes time. You can't just wake up one morning and expect to be a millionaire. And especially in construction trades, it's going to take you so many years to get to that $1 million point. And before my camera is just completely messed up on me, but yeah, it takes years and years till you become a millionaire, and let alone if you want to do it the easy and well, I guess there's an easy way you can do it, and there's a hard way that's honest, and you actually earn something out of it, like the trades, where you earn like an actual license, you earn a certification, you can do something with your life after, and you can move on. Especially trades, they're not forever for everybody, and you just want to make sure that you're moving on to something that you enjoy, just like me with this show. So it's a goal. I just wanted to come out here and try to film one of these segments, and you just got to try to save up. So 10 to 20% off every check. Make sure you get up a little bit of a credit line, and then that way you can start taking out more. You don't want to borrow against your home, especially while you're down right now. Like if it's one of those times where you're borrowing against your equity or all the other stuff, it's really going to set you back even more. So whatever you do, just kind of keep working and try to find a legitimate way to make the money instead of borrowing and digging yourself into more and more debt, because that's a tough way to go, because there's no way to dig out. It's just like digging a hole in construction. When you dig that hole and you get too far down, there's no way to get out of it. So you just got to keep working, and that's going to keep, well, I guess you can shore your way out of it, but even then, that's just like what you're doing with your debt and all that. You just got to keep building your way out of it and not let it get to you, because it's going to add up, it's going to cause the stress, and it's just like some of the other stuff we're talking about. You got to find an outlet for that stress. But other than that, that's all I really wanted to talk about today, is how to save up a little bit, how to prepare for that rainy day, because you know it's coming. It's back there in the distance, and if it doesn't come along pretty soon, it's going to be here someday. And if you've got a ton of cash to sit on, you can actually enjoy that rainy day and do something that you want to do with it. So for Tool Show, I'm Master Dan, the Journeyman shooter. Get out there, make some cash, learn a little bit of German, maybe some Chinese, because those are pretty good for learning. I don't even think German's on the international business list of things, so learn English, and then you'll be all right. But other than that, for Tool Show, Master Dan, the Journeyman shooter. Get out there, save for the rainy day, and try not to get wet.